So I'd like at the beginning thanks Kite Insights for bringing this opportunity. And I'm Youssef Farahat. I'm a youth engagement officer at Ashoka, Arab World Office. And I'm a change maker. I was a change maker when I was a young age. I started my initiative when I was 14 years old. And I'm really happy today to have with me a young change maker, who is Donia Ibrahim. Please welcome her. Hi there. She's one of our, ready? Okay. She's one of our young change makers at Ashoka Arab World and Ashoka Global. And she is doing a lot of impressive work that we're gonna discuss together today in the climate action area. And as you know, when we are talking about climate action, it's very interesting how many injustices comes with that. And one of these injustices is the intergenerational equity. Youth and young people have taken up the fight for climate action, not only as victims, but as actors of change. They brought their voices everywhere. They demanded change in a broken system. And what they did when our reality was disappointing? We led by change, by ourselves, by climate activism, change-making initiatives, and social innovations. At Ashoka, the founders of social entrepreneurship field, we are leading a movement to inspire every young person to become a change maker. Anyone who takes actions to solve problems or create opportunities for greater good. And partnership with young people and influential institutions, we build and activate communities of change through our young people. We are honored today. We're having Donia Ibrahim, who is an environmental activist working in the ecological work with a lot of kids, actually. And so, Donia, can you tell us about your initiative, your aha moment, how it all started?
Thanks for the great introduction, Youssef. Thanks for being here today. I have a pleasure to be with you all today. So my aha moment. Actually, I have a story behind it. 4 years ago, I was going to one of the cleanup campaign for the Nile River. And when I was on my way, the woman sitting next to me in the bus asked me where I'm going. Because I was so young and we were early in the morning on the weekend. So I started explaining to her where I'm going and what I'm doing. And she was listening very carefully. But when I was done, she looked at me and advised me to go back to home and do something useful. Back then, I felt really disappointed. I was very, very disappointed that I got off the bus and went home. But for weeks, I keep asking myself, was she right? Is what we are doing really unuseful? The answer was no, but why she couldn't feel the problem? Why when we clean the Nile or do initiatives for the environment, people don't engage with us? Why? What is the problem? Back then, I couldn't find the answer, but I have to take action. I founded Greenpreneur with a really unique philosophy that we not just raise the awareness of people about the environmental issues, but we also change the way of how they think, behave, attitude towards the environment to be more sustainable. And we focused on kids.
Very interesting. Why kids? Why kids? Why not the lady herself? Or yeah, why kids?
Yes, a very good question, actually. Okay, when we look back to our childhood, it's easy to see how it shaped us to be the one we are today, right? Teachings become our normal. So I believe that start environmental education for kids from a very early age, shaping their mindset and attitude to be more eco-friendly can turn the table of climate action. Also, we always say that we need everyone to join the movement. We need everyone to fight against the climate change. Who is everyone? Who is everyone when half of the population are kids and young people under 18. Those are the one needed, right? So start the environmental education for kids and inform them about the climate crisis, help them to avoid adopting bad habits, help them to have healthy mindset towards the environment, and actually that guarantees that they will grow up and be part of the global movement as an individual. They be part of the global fight for environmental preservation.
But like, I think working with the kids, sometimes it's an easy mission, sometimes it's a hard mission. So can you tell us more about what are the tools and the approaches that you're doing and in your work with your kids?
Actually, it's really difficult, yes. But Greenpreneur, as I said, has a unique philosophy. It's a complete learning journey for kids. The kids gain awareness about environmental issues, reflect on their attitude, and learn how to solve the problems. We have 4 stages. We start by gaining awareness. So in the first, we design a special curriculum to include all the knowledge, the necessary concepts for kids to know about what is happening in the world, what's happening in their surrounding. So we talk about topics like water and air pollution, global warming, destruction of ecosystem. We even go for more complicated concepts like decarbonization, carbon footprint, and how to calculate it, climate injustice, and renewable energy. We depend on a very interactive way of learning. We depend on activities, scientific experiment to facilitate the process of knowledge transfer. Then we let them gain a factual knowledge. We arrange site visits to natural reservoirs so they can see how we lose our natural resource, how we lose plants, animals, birds. We organize some site visit to places like wastewater treatment plants, solar panel farms, so they can be aware of the updated technologies in the field. And sometimes we organize our session in outdoors, in the public gardens, so they connect with the nature and connect with the environment. Third step, and this is the most challenging one, changing their behavior. But we focus to change it unconsciously. In Greenpreneur, from day one, we use everything, we designed everything to be eco-friendly, starting from the IDs, our IDs. We use wood IDs, not plastic. We don't use plastic covers. And they ask about it, why we use it? What is this? And we reply to them and letting them know what is this, why we use it, what is the impact of this. Having separate baskets for each type of waste tells them something. And sometimes we let them at the end of the session to recycle their waste. And this learns them how to recycle their waste. And actually, they are very smart. They also learn how to reduce their waste because they don't want in every session to recycle them. In the final step, and in this stage, it's supposed they are well educated about environmental issues. We ask them to pick a problem, an environmental issue, and search for a solution to it. And most of the time, they surprise us about how innovative, how good their proposal and their projects.
I've always wanted to visit them. Actually, one of your visits, so you should invite the team.
We work with kids only. Sorry, Youssef.
What's success for you? What's success for your initiative, for Greenpreneur? When will you consider that your mission is partially done? Because I think it will never be.
Actually, I felt that Greenpreneur success every time a parent call me and tell me that his kid refused to use plastic bottle or to buy plastic bottles. Actually, last year, we organized a session in a school, and a week later, the administrator called me and tell me that one of the kids that were attending the session asked his teacher to have separate baskets for the waste, the paper, one for paper waste and one for food waste. And he explained to her that we need to separate our waste because it can be recycled later. This is the success of Greenpreneur. I know we have a long way to go because we want Greenpreneur to be implemented in every and each school in Egypt, because the story will never end here. I remember the name of this kid. His name is Karim. Karim will grow up to be an environmental advocate. Karim will grow up to be a conscious policymaker. Karim will grow up to be a great green entrepreneur who have an innovative ideas and solution for our problems. And the most important, he will grow up to be a responsible consumer, producer, and a responsible person. So I dream to implement Greenpreneur in every school. I dream to see all the kids and children aware about the environmental issues and have rule in climate action.
What an energy. And I'm sure that you will gonna achieve this dream one day. And I was really thinking about parents. How are the parents reacting to your sessions? Did you receive any feedback from them after the sessions or before?
Actually, at the first, I only see them complaining. Why? Because our kids learn us how to behave. One kid asked his mother to stop buying plastic bottles, and other kids forced his father to buy an eco-friendly product, alternative product. They complaining at first, but then they are listening to their kids, and this is the change we need.
Okay, that's so. Can you leave us with a message or a call to action today, as a young person, mainly, who's doing a lot of amazing work, and I'm sure that a lot of challenges face you also. Can you leave us with a call to action or a message or whatever you like?
Yes, actually, okay. Just agenda is often deemed secondary, and we are often excluded or left out of important decision-making processes. This is stripping us from our voices. So we need to be more significantly included in the policy making. We need to be heard. Our ideas, suggestion, and our project need to be taken seriously. And secondly, and the most important, that now, more than ever, we need government, national and international organization and entities to allocate more resources, especially financial resources, to help us to support our work and help us to continue.
Thank you, Donia. Thank you a lot. And the space is open if you have any questions, please. Okay.
Thank you, Donia, for the presentation. So I'm interested to know more about how did you organize your team, the Greenpreneur. So I assume since you work with a lot of kids right now, so when the idea, I guess how the idea, how did you come up with the idea, but how did you organize a team? What is the size of your team? What do you do right now?
Actually, I have a great team, but I like to describe myself as I'm only part of of this team, and I only do a specific thing. I actually am doing our curriculum. I design our curriculum because it's my major. I'm majored in environmental engineering and science, so I design our curriculum, and I have a great partner. Actually, I would to thank her, Yasmin. She is not with us today, but I would thank her. She organized all the other stuff, logistic stuff, the volunteers, all other things. So she did a great work with me.
Any questions? So thank you, Donia. Thank you everyone for being with us tonight.